Oh, you're so cool, Brewster.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
You won and I died.
I'm feeling woozy, yeah. They're coming to get you, Barbara.
How's it hanging, Phil?
Come and get it.
So either put the gun down now or kiss your ass goodbye.
Let's get this party started.
I agree, Dana. Let's get this party started. So, welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I am Ken Sledge, and let's talk horror. So, tonight I am going to be giving you my top 10 horror movie opening scenes. Now, this could be a long scene, like a first act, or it could be a shorter scene, but it is the opening scene of the film. Now, before we get into that, let's catch up on the chat here real quick. Ryan is here. Thank you, sir. Yes, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. What is up, Chester? Charles. Thanks, man. We just released it about an hour ago. It's on for members only. It will be live for everybody on Friday. The new Pinocchio Unstrung. So I hope you guys can check it out. Hope you guys dig it. Hope you like the review. Well, I got a donation, guys, so you know what that means.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby.
Thank you, buddy. Very much appreciated. Like I said, I can't talk too much about it, but I loved Pinocchio Unstrung. And you guys know I'm not a huge Pooniverse guy. I mean, I do got Pooh back there. You can see him right in front of Michael. He was helping us out with that review, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, it's I had way more fun with this movie than I thought I was going to. I'll say that. And thank you very much, Charles. Up to 2024 in your memoirs? Hell yeah, dude. Can't wait to read them. Going to Six Flags, that'll be a blast. Oh, man. It's way better. That was rough for a minute. Like, you didn't even want to step outside. It was that bad. What is up, Terrell? Nice to see you. Yeah, it's one of those, like, you stepped outside and it just felt like you couldn't breathe. And it was terrible. It's better now. I still could use some rain, break up a little bit of the humidity, but yeah, for a couple of days it was bad. Like bad. The new Other Mommy movie looks like it's going to suck because it's the same director as The Boogeyman and Dashcam. I didn't know it was that guy. I mean, I thought the trailer looked good. Dashcam was not a fan of. I didn't mind The Boogeyman though. I thought The Boogeyman was fine. A much bigger fan of the short story. I thought Stephen King's short story of The Boogeyman was absolutely fantastic. But I didn't hate the movie. You know, it had David Dastmalchian in it. Like, I thought it was one of those movies that was like just fine. It's not a movie like I would clamor to go see again. You know, I wouldn't be overly excited to go and see it again. But it was just fine, I thought. As far as openings, we could go Scream and Friday the 13th. We may talk about a couple of those tonight. And just so you know. Yeah, so thank you. Anyway, sorry, got way off topic here. Charles, thank you. I'm so glad you liked our Pinocchio Unstrung review. I will say, guys, this movie is fucking brutal. Like, there are moments in this movie where I was genuinely like, oh my God. Like, this is insane. And it's all practical. Pinocchio is an animatronic doll, so it is all done practically, and it is just insane. It is so good. This is when I really want to go. We were lucky enough to catch it a little early. I really am hoping it's playing somewhere near me so we can go and catch it again in cinema with a crowd. I think it's going to be a fun one to see with the crowd, to get a lot of the ooh, like to get a lot of that. What's up, Cam with the cam? Nice to see you, buddy. Everybody's talking to each other, which I really, really love. All right, guys, I'm going to get started now. So I do have a couple honorable mentions, and these two right here are honorable mentions just because of what they mean to me. And I don't think you'll find these on anybody else's list. And I do want to say that too. This isn't the best. These are my personal favorites. So there might be some on here where you're like, really? Or there's going to definitely be one that's not on here where you're like, he didn't put that on there? I like another opening from the franchise more. Yes, real quick. Yes, we are going to be doing a reaction to that as well. Tomorrow we'll be doing it. Ash and I want to do that one together. She asked me to wait on that one. I haven't even watched it yet. So she asked me to wait on that one so we could do that one together. So that one will be done tomorrow. Have not heard anything about that. I have to watch it. I have to watch that one after we're done here. But anyway, honorable mentions. So the first honorable mention is Child's Play 3. My favorite movie in the Child's Play franchise, but I love this opening. And again, you could say Child Factory and all that. So yeah, that could be there. But for me, I absolutely love 3. You got the 2 dolls, and the old man playing golf, and then Chucky hitting him with the darts. Like, there's so much about the opening of Child's Play 3 that I think is so good. Nothing like a strangulation to get the circulation going. Then he goes to the computer. He's like, I gotta get out of this goddamn body. Where are you, you little shit? Like, oh my God, I fucking love the opening of Child's Play 3. So that is an honorable mention for me. Another honorable mention for me is House. The kid walking through and he finds Mrs. Hooper hanging upstairs. The first jump scare I ever remember seeing, the first time I remember being like getting that guttural feeling in my chest of being scared was from House. So there's no way I couldn't put that opening here on the list. So got a couple more people jumping in we'll talk to before we actually. What's up, Gory? Member for 41 months. Best opening is Scream. We're going to talk about Scream. Promise. What's up, Juicy? Love you more. We got to get you back on, man. I miss you. Miss you, man. It's been way too long since you've been on the show, Jay. We got to get you back on. What's up, Glamorous Frog? Thank you. Thanks, Jay. Thank you so much, man. That was really nice. Awesome. Thank you all for being here. I agree. Other mommy looks sick. I'll text you tomorrow. We'll set something up to get you back on because I miss you, man. You're one of the good ones. Jay gifted Juicy. Awesome. Glamorous got one. Well, for all of you that just got a membership, we released our review for Pinocchio Unstrung for members today. So you can go and check out our Pinocchio Unstrung review, and you get all content early. There's a playlist that is members only, and you get all our memberships there. Every member video goes there, and you get it first before everybody. So thanks, dude. Like I said, you've been a real one since we first worked together. I've been working with you for years, man. I love you. Thank you for sending everybody over the JKB Army, one of my favorite armies in the world. So thank you, my friend, genuinely. All right, guys, so we are going to get started with our top 10. So my top 10, and if you guys want to play along, go ahead. Shoot me some of your favorite horror openings, and we'll talk about them too. Coming in at number 10 is Dawn of the Dead 2004. So I love Dawn 2004. This is one of those movies that, to me, it does what the original did and ups the stakes. I really love when you see the running zombies and, you think that little girl is okay, and then she runs and jumps on the dude and gets his neck. The wife is sitting there watching it, and then it cuts to that bird's eye shot of the two cars just hitting each other and then hitting the gas pump and exploding. Just an absolutely amazing opening. And it's one of those ones that just leaves you in suspense, leaves you in shock, wondering what's going to happen next. So I do love that one. Number 9 This is one that I think I'll get a little bit of shit for. Like I said, I'm going to do 10, 9, 8, and then we'll jump back into the chat. Number 9 for me is Halloween Ends. I love the opening to Halloween Ends. You got the shitty little kid, and you got, Corey Cunningham is babysitting him, watching him. And the kid, like I said, the kid sucks. He's just, and he's locking Corey in the room, and then Corey hits that door open, and the kid falls off, and the parents walk in right as he splats right onto the ground. One of those moments that I'm just like, when I first watched this movie, I remember being like, I'm going to love this movie. This is going to be absolutely batshit insane. What a way to start. Wasn't the biggest fan on first watching. My first viewing was not a good one, but I still think this opening is absolutely incredible. So number 9, Halloween Ends. Number 8, even though it was ruined by the trailer, it's Smile 2. This whole one shot of Joel going into the house, trying to find somebody that he can pass it on to. And it's all a one take, this whole scene. And it's just, it looks incredible. It's scary. You realize the curse is still following him. And then he walks outside just to be absolutely plowed over by that truck, causing the title card with the smile. So 10 was Dawn of the Dead 04, 9 Halloween Ends, 8 Smile 2. So we'll catch up on the chat real quick. Thank you, Juicy. Hello, Mist. Mist, let him go with mommy. Oh, Mist, let him goth mommy. I love that. I love that. What's up, Sophie? Yes, I love the Buddy trailer. I think it looks great. Death Ship, by far the best opening of any horror movie. That's fair, Christopher. The Car, 1977. I don't think I've seen that one. You know what? I probably will see the Odyssey. I don't think I'll see it in cinema. I've heard the most amazing things about it. It's just not, I'm not into that, like that type of mythology is just not my thing. I didn't like Troy. None of those movies are for me. But I'm glad that, Christopher Nolan's made an amazing piece of art that people are enjoying. I know there's some backlash around it, which I think is silly. But I think that it looks good and I would like to check it out. But I think I'll wait till streaming just because it's hard for me to go to cinema and not see horror just because that's our job. And I've always said I'm not going to review anything that's not horror just because I'm not educated enough on it to put out entertaining content. Horror, I can get into it so much that especially with the new Pinocchio review that we just released, we were able to talk about a lot of the behind the scenes and give you guys a lot of like info dump about stuff that was going on behind the scenes because we were actually had some good conversations with some people that were involved with the film, and I love that. I love that I was able to do that and learn about some of the things that happened there. So I hope that like I said, it's for our the Pinocchio Unstrung review is available for members now. It is available to the public on Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Yes, both of those are good. Yeah, we may be talking about that film at some time tonight. Did you like it? Yes, I hope you liked it. I hope, like I said, if you haven't seen our review yet, it'll be available to the public on Friday. I hope you enjoy the review. What are your thoughts on Iron Lung? I respect it. I think I didn't know Markiplier growing up, I guess you would say, on YouTube. I never watched any of his content, but I'm super proud of the guy. And one of my biggest things about Iron Lung that I think is so fucking rad is the guy made so much money above budget. So what did he do? Put it in his pocket? No. He got a hold of all the crew that was involved with the movie and paid them more money. That's what Markiplier did. Whether you like the movie or not, you got to respect that. Markiplier acted great in it. What I will say is he needs a writing partner. That movie was way too long. In my opinion. I think if you cut a half hour out of it, it would have been a much easier to swallow watch than it was for me. But a lot of respect for Markiplier himself. It's The Godfather. Oh, I got to watch this movie. Okay. Yes, we will talk about that movie again, Chris. I can't watch it, Cam. It's not that I don't want to watch your content. I never watch my friends' reviews until I've seen the movie because I feel like it'll sway the way that I feel. That's why I haven't watched a review on it yet. Oh, yeah. Oh, we'll talk about it. Opening the original Nightmare on Elm Street. That's a good one. There's my girls. What's up, Mika and Kira? Love you guys. Eli Ross Ice Cream Man. Very excited about that one, too. Halloween 78, Friday the 13th, 6, The Thing, Elm Street, Scream, Jaws, Evil Dead 2013, Jeepers Creepers, Night of the Living Dead, and Alien. That's a great list. Very good list. Yes. Like I'm telling you, Scrolls, there were a couple moments in this movie where my jaw dropped with how insane what I was watching was. The practical effects, the practical gore is phenomenal in this movie. Phenomenal. That much I will say. I'm not a huge Pooniverse guy. I liked Bambi a lot. I think that's about the only one I really liked. Besides this one was very good. The Ring has a great opening. All right, we'll get back into the list now. Oh, hold on. Will you ever branch out to non-horror? I don't think so. I mean, I've talked about other things besides horror. You know, we've done like our top 10 records. We've done our top 10 non-horror movies, done our top 10 favorite animated things. And I'll just be honest with you. It's not that I don't want to. And absolutely, I agree with Ryan. Thank you for your support. It means a lot. I'm not educated enough. And horror is the only genre that really grabs me, you know, to want to go behind the scenes and give fair input. I mean, I've been on other channels talking about not horror related stuff. If anybody out there is looking for a guest to talk about Rocky, I would love to join you. Get ready for I Play Rocky. That's a movie I'm super excited about. I talked about that on the channel. Actually, I did a post about it, about how excited I am for I Play Rocky. I think that's going to be so good. But yeah, it's just, like I said, it's not that I dislike other genres or I look down on other genres. I just am not educated enough to be fair with them. That's about it, you know, like, I don't want to be like, you know, I'm better than other people. That's not me. You know, I don't think I'm better than anybody. I will actually say I'm just not smart enough and I don't care enough about them. But I Am Rocky. That's one that, holy shit, somebody please bring me on your show to talk about Rocky. Please. I don't care which Rocky we talk about. One of my favorite franchises that it's easily my favorite non-horror franchise. Like easily. Thanks, Oracle. Nice to see you. Does anyone else have an opinion that I don't give a shit about?
Okay. Anyone else have an opinion I don't give a fuck about?
I love 2001: A Space Odyssey. Please. Oh my God. And to talk about it with you two would make life even better. If you guys aren't following Double Feature, you're doing yourself a disservice. They're absolutely incredible. All right. So back to the list. Coming in at number 7. If you would ask me 5 years ago, this probably would have been a lot higher. And it's still a great opening. It's Jaws. When you see her in the water and you see her just jerking around, but you have no idea. Obviously, we know it's a movie about a shark, but the people there have no idea what's going on. It's one of those things that I just, like, my mind is blown watching that. I think it's one of those movies that still holds up today, but at the same time, I don't think we could ever recapture how great that movie is. I loved it to the point of it scarred me as a child, but I still love this movie. Like, it has stuck with me for so long, and it's still a movie I watch every year. So I had to give it to this. And then number 6, either you can go 1990 or 2017, but it's it. You know, you see Georgie walking. I'll give it to 2017 because it's a little more brutal. You know, you lost your boat, and you get him looking down and looking in the sewer, and then, you know, it pop, 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 pop. It is just, oh, it's so good. And then in the 2017 version, they actually have the budget to be able to show him biting off his arm. Like we actually get to see it in the 2017 version. Something that scarred me so much as a child. We finally get to see it play out on screen the way that it was meant to be seen. So yeah, that's one that I'll always gravitate towards as one of my favorites. And like I said, even though it's the one for the 2017 one, watching it still affected me like I was watching it as a child for the first time. If that makes sense. Like I'm still watching it with the awe of watching it as a child, just because I finally see not just the clown coming to the camera. I actually see them and how it happens, getting the bite taken out of him and seeing the arm just completely off. It's one of my favorite moments, and it's probably my favorite moment in all of the 2017 version. And then number 5, and then we'll catch up on the chat. Number 5 is going to be Evil Dead 2013. Evil Dead 2013, talk about an opening that is just insane. You get, sorry, my dog just freaked me out. You think that this, like, I hate saying redneck, but like you think this like monstrous family has this girl and they're gonna hurt her, and then the dad comes in and she's like, "Daddy, please don't let it happen, please." And he's just like looking at her, and then she's like, "I'll swallow your soul, Daddy." And then he looks back up with her and she jumps at him and they light her on fire. Like, oh, it's so good. Such a great opening to such a great movie. I love it. I am a big fan of Evil Dead 2013. So had to put that one on the list as well. Thoughts on The Long Walk? One of my absolute favorite movies from last year. It had horror, it had emotion, it had phenomenal acting. And it stuck with me. It was one of those movies that it stuck with me long after the credits rolled. We were actually at Horror Hound. We were at a horror convention for the weekend. And we had a couple friends of ours that were like, "Hey, let's get together." Hold on a second. A couple friends that were like, "Let's get together and go out to the movie after this." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, we'll go and we'll watch The Long Walk." And I'm not going to write anything. Ashley's not going to write anything. We're just going to, watch it and, just enjoy a movie. And so we didn't actually have a review of The Long Walk, but we did like a deep dive discussion about it afterwards. And it's so good. Every character has a real meaning to the movie. Like, it's just, I loved The Long Walk. Jaws is great. Jaws. Is it the movie of the year? No, it's not. But I can see why a movie like this would get 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. If you're going in looking for like a goofy ass film, this film will be one of your favorites. It's a lot of fun. Good one. It was on the list too. There we go. Body Bags. It's fun though. It's not good, but it's fun. A lot of different cameos in that. Yeah, chapter 2 was rough, man. That opening. I actually like chapter 2 more than chapter 1, but I wasn't a huge fan either. What's up, KK? Good evening. Get Out has a great opening. Yeah, go tell him to go. What's up, Jeannie? Yeah, it's like I said, it's just a fun movie, but the Get Out opening is awesome. That is a great opening. All right, guys. So now we're gonna do 4 and 2 before we to number 1, and we're gonna play a game. If anybody can guess my number, don't start guessing now, because I don't think you'll get it if you start guessing now. So let me get through these 3 first. Oh yeah, dude, this barely missed the list, Jacob. I'm sorry, barely missed the list. And Ty, you're right. Terrified is a bomb ass horrifying opening. Coming in at number 4 for me is When a Stranger Calls. Have you checked the children? Just that creepy ass voice. And this movie created so many nightmares for people back then. And obviously I think it still holds up today. The remake, obviously not as much, but it's a movie that I think it's fun. For what it was. Like, you watch it now and you have fun with this movie. Back then, it was not fun. It was terrifying. Kids were scared. People didn't want to babysit. Like the calls coming from inside the house. Like that's still one of the scariest lines ever in horror. You get it in Black Christmas too, and both of them were executed perfectly. But this one to me is the one where it really, really hits and really, really sticks. So number 4, When a Stranger Calls. Number 3, we talked about it in the chat. It is Ghost Ship. What a great opening, man. You want to talk about a movie that just messes you up off rip. That's what it is. It's Ghost Ship. The absolute minute that wire breaks and everybody gets cut in half, and then you look up and the guy just starts bleeding out of his mouth, and then he falls and the little girl is just holding him. So good. But what pisses me off about this opening is the fact that the rest of the movie is so good that nobody ever talks about it. Everybody only talks about the opening. It's one of those things. It's just like, yes, this opening is great, but like there's so many scary parts in this movie. Like the part where they're eating on the ship and they look down and it's actually maggots that they've been eating. Like there's just so many points in Ghost Ship where I think the movie is absolutely incredible. And like I said, it does have one of the best openings too. It's an unforgettable opening. You just scared the shit out of me. You gotta go to the bathroom? Just hurry up and go. Holy crap, that scared me. Thought my Chucky doll came to life there for a second. Yeah, I think the rest of Ghost Ship is so good. Like the rest of it is just fantastic. So coming in at number 2, we have Scream from 1996. So, I mean, what can you say? This is its own short film. It's scary from the minute you start. And especially then, because this is one of those movies where back then we didn't talk about horror movies in horror movies. So to have a movie where they reference Halloween and then they reference Friday the 13th in the first 13 minutes of a horror movie, we're sitting there like, they're not supposed to do that. Like these movies aren't supposed to exist inside other movies. So that was one. Hey, shut the door too. That was another part of that movie that I think was so crazy for when we were young. Okay, cool. One of those things that just really, and it's still so important in the genre today. Scream 96, super, super important. And like I said, this could have been its own short film. The whole movie could have been, that first 13 minutes, that's it. So we're going to catch up on the chat real quick. Then I'm going to see if you guys can guess what my number 1 is. I'm very excited to see if anybody gets it. No, it did not. It was fine. I think we gave it a 2.5. I think it was right middle of the road. That's a good one. What's up, Adrian? Hey, totally fair. I love that, Sean. I love the fact that you go, I love a good hot take. And the woman jerking back and forth. That scene was literally on TV. That's hilarious. I love that. When a Stranger Calls is basically a character study about a weird. Yeah, exactly. But it still works so well. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, Laurie's Nightmare. Which it is. About to bring up Ghost Ship. First time ever seen Carl Urban. He is the man. Yeah. Big name. That was crazy. Like, we went and watched this movie in the theater with my mom, and people were just like, what the hell did we just watch? She's gone. But she would have said hi back, Mom. I will tell her. I don't even think you would get it, babe. I don't think you would get my favorite horror opening. Summer of '84? No. When it comes to horror openings, it doesn't get any better. Suspiria. That's a good one. 13 Ghosts, the junkyard scene. That's a good one. That's a really good one. It is not Maniac, and no one has mentioned that yet. Final Destination 2, good one. Good one. First time seeing Carnival Urban was so I want you guys to guess. Can anybody guess what my favorite horror opening is? Now, before you guys guess, I am going to run back through my list. So that way, if you join late, sorry, my cart got all messed up. If you join late and you didn't hear it, you'll be able to hear it again. So my whole list, my honorable mentions were Child's Play 3 and House. 10 was Dawn of the Dead 04. 9 was Halloween Ends. 8 was Smile 2. 7 was Jaws. 6 was It. 5 was Evil Dead 2013. 4 was When a Stranger Calls. 3 was Ghost Ship. And 2 was Scream. So can anybody guess what my number 1 horror movie opening is? Ashley, if you're still here, text me. And I want to see if you have it right. And if you have it right, I'll let you guess. It is not Jason Goes to Hell. It is not Child's Play 3. But what I will say, this is a standalone movie. This is not a movie that's part of any franchise. So that's what I'll say. It's a standalone film. I did not watch it. Ashley and I are going to do a reaction on it tomorrow. So even if you want to ask questions, I'll answer some questions about it. I just want to see if I can get you guys to guess what my favorite horror movie opening is. Because I don't think anybody's going to get it. It's a standalone film. That's what I'll tell you so far. It is not House, babe. It is not Mrs. Hooper. That was one of my honorable mentions. I said I had to put it as an honorable mention just because of what it did to me and how it affected me. But no, it is not. It is not an 80s movie. It is a modern film. Subgenre, I don't know. I would say it's well known. Subgenre. I'm trying to think what I could say for subgenre. Spiritual, I guess, would be the one. Psychological horror, maybe. Great guess, but no. I love Gothica. Ashley, when you figure out what it is not The Ring. Remember, it's standalone. There's no sequels, no nothing. Yes, it is post 2010. Ashley, when you find out what it is, you're going to be pissed and you're going to be like, obviously, duh. No, of course that's what it is. It is post, I'll give you this. It is post 2025. How about that? You said it in the chat already. What did you say in the chat? You didn't say it yet. You big fibber. So that's a hint I'll give you. And everybody should get it by this. It is not The Dark and the Wicked. It is not Evil Dead Burn, but the movie did come out this year. That's a great list, Chester. I like that list. It is not Obsession. It is not Mortal Kombat 2. It is my favorite opening. Passenger. Holy shit. What an opening to a film. Oh, you were right after, babe. You were right. You knew. What's up, Ashton? So, yeah, guys, it had to be Passenger. Like, holy shit. We're watching this trailer for the first time ever and not knowing what it was. Like, we're watching this trailer and I had never heard of it. I can't find it on IMDb. We seen the trailer when we went and seen Primate. Couldn't find it on IMDb. Couldn't find it anywhere online. Couldn't find the trailer anywhere online. But wow. Like, when you watch that trailer, I wish we wouldn't have seen the trailer before we seen the movie. If you watch the trailer reaction that I just did for Other Mommy, I talked about it. Like, I hate how new trailers are just a extended scene of a movie. Hello, Marjorie. It is well. Hope all's well with you. Um, did not see it, unfortunately. Yes, Passenger is a great short film turned into a horror film. That's exactly what it is. I'm going to watch Passenger tonight. Let me know what you think. I love the first act. I'll tell you that. Yes, we are very excited about Buddy. Oh, Lights Out. At least the Lights Out film I liked. But Passenger, like I was saying, like we're watching this trailer, and then I can't believe how crazy this movie was after that. You did. She texted me. She had Passenger. She did text me, I promise. Great opening that doesn't let yeah. The rest of the movie to me was way downhill. And I mean way downhill. I dislike this movie. I'll go as far as to say that. I dislike Passenger. I gave it a terrible review. That opening, however, holy shit, was that insane. Like, and whoever marketed that film, I want them to market anything I ever make, ever. Because I want to say that was me and Ashley's number one most anticipated. It was either that or Evil Dead Burn. You know, one of those was one of our most anticipated of the year. But, you know, going into Passenger, I was like, this is going to be absolutely incredible. Like, oh my God, I can't wait to see what happens. And then the trailer is just that. Like, it's just that first opening. And then there's nothing else about I mean, there is, but one of the greatest jump scares, too. The jump scare in Passenger was so good, and that's what bummed me out. Yeah, I think Ghost Ship's better than Passenger, honestly. No, thank God, because I would leave. I'd move out. I was going to see Passenger, so pumped, only to see reviews and haven't seen it yet. I mean, I would still recommend seeing it. Because there's a lot of movies that get shit reviews that I fucking love. Like Ashley and I love Halloween Resurrection. You know, and if I only listened to people that did reviews, I wouldn't have ever watched it. You know, and I love that movie. It's so fun. Like, is it a great horror movie? No. Is it a good Halloween movie? No. I'm not bored. You know what I mean? Like, I have fun watching that movie, at least. There's never a moment where I'm like, this is so fucking stupid. It's just fun. That's all it is. It's fun. Same thing with Don't Think It, Bye Bye Man. Everybody hated the Bye Bye Man. I love the Bye Bye Man. I think that movie is so fun. I have so much fun with the Bye Bye Man. It's just one of those movies that, like, every time it's on, I have a blast with it. And I always find something goofier every time I watch it. Don't think it, don't say it, don't think it. Something else real quick too, guys. On our community tab right now, we talked about how our Phantasm franchise review just ended today. Jeepers Creepers starts next week. What do you guys want to see after Jeepers Creepers? And the choices are Children of the Corn, Poltergeist, Paranormal Activity, and Insidious. And as of right now, Insidious is in last place at 15%. Paranormal Activity is in third at 17%. Children of the Corn is at second with 31%. And Poltergeist is leading the charge at 37%. So as of right now, those are the ones. And I'm very excited to see what we're going to be doing. I'm very excited to see what we're going to be reviewing next. That's something that I love to do. I love doing these new franchises. It started with Phantasm. And so going back on this, it's really cool to do a whole franchise for weeks, which is fine. I would too. I just hope when you do get to see it scroll There, I'm back. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. Sorry, I'll catch up on the chat. I don't know how that happened. Me too. Like we were so excited. Like we were with the Cam that's in the chat. We watched Primate with him, and we felt the same way. We were like, we need to see this movie. Bye. I watched Drunk first viewing, and my friends and I found it hilarious. I get it. I totally get it. I'd watch Halloween Resurrection before I watch Halloween 5 and Jason Goes to Hell Again.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll go fuck myself then.
That's cool. You could have been a great live action Shaggy. Who would you say you're look-alike in my early 20s? I mean, do we even have to ask this? It's that one, Prince. That's me. You look at any picture of me, my late teens, early 20s, that's what you see. I got told that my whole life, ever since that movie came out, that I look like Mr. Tumnus. We're going to end it. The final results, what's today? Wednesday, so Friday evening, we'll end it. That way we can start watching that franchise. Jeepers Creepers review for 1 and 2 is already up for members. 3 should be up this weekend at some point, and then 4 whenever, Reborn. We like to have them mapped out first, and so we can actually sit down and rewatch Poltergeist and with a clean slate as a review. We've never reviewed any of the movies, so it'll be fun to just sit down and dissect those movies again. Oh my God, yeah. The Lady in Lavender, man. So weird. I love Poltergeist. I kind of hope it wins. I'm being selfish. I hope Poltergeist wins. So does Ashley, apparently. Has anyone ever hit your car with their door when walking out? They wouldn't have a chance to not say anything. I'm very loud. And if somebody hit my car door, I'd make it very vocal that what they had just done. I'm not trying to say I'm mean by any stretch, but especially if my kids were with me, it wouldn't be good. Which is fair. A lot of people don't. 100% agree. This is one that Ashley and I are very, very excited for. I don't want to speak for her. I know she wishes she could be here tonight, but we both really, really are excited for the end of Oak Street. What's up, Jerry? Nice to see you, brother. It's funny you say that, because mine, when it goes from least favorite to favorite, my least favorite is the remake. Number 3 is the OG. Number 2 is 2, and my favorite is number 3. So I'm with you. I respect Poltergeist, the OG, but it's at the bottom of my list just because 2 and 3 are that much better to me. I think they're fucking incredible. All the dinosaur movies, hoping for a dinosaur crisis movie. My son, oh my God, me and my son look so much alike. Poor kid. The same thing. And Ashley too. Ashley's a mama bear. Which that's what I love about her. She's the best mom I've ever known, besides my own. It's like a tie. She's still what Ashley is. I could not have ever hoped to have a better mom for my kids. The relationship they have with each other, the way that she loves them, the way she would do anything for them. She's the perfect mom. The perfect mom. Exorcist 3. I love The Exorcist 3. I love that movie. Yeah, me and Ashley, we've watched a couple of them. We need to do a deep dive into it eventually, I think. Especially because there's a new one coming out. So I think it would be beneficial for us to check out the franchise before we go and, rewatch it. Or before we go watch this new one. But can we talk about how, oh man, that's the scariest part of it. We're back. And they're in the mirror like, oh, dude, it's sick. So good. I lost my train of thought just because of how great Poltergeist 3 is again. Oh, the marketing. Can we talk about the marketing of Paranormal Activity? If you guys remember, the trailer for Paranormal Activity is literally just people in the movie theater screaming and jumping. Like, what are they jumping about? What are they scared of? Find out when the scariest movie ever. Blah, 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 blah. Paranormal Activity, and we were all like, all right, hell yeah, let's go and do this. Yes, I see. Like I said, I didn't want to talk for her. You can tell Ashley's YouTube name is so old because it's still Ashley Westgate. That's not your name. You have my name now. Change that shit. Psycho 1960 did have an amazing one. Hey, you're here, and that's all that matters to us. You stopped in, you got to say hi. We love it. Now we're just talking. I'll give my list again at the end for people that missed it, but right now I just like to hang out with you guys for a little bit, which is crazy. KK, if you watch this movie again, you can see the platform, because obviously we watched it on Blu-ray and 4K. You can see the platform that Carol Ann is standing on when it goes down in the mud puddle in Poltergeist 3. That's something that Ashley and I noticed when we did a watch for it, because we did it in defense of it. Ashley defended it. I defended it. That was my in defense of episode. Ashley did Halloween Resurrection. But Poltergeist 3 is a movie that's always gotten shit on, and I will defend this movie to the very end. I am Rocky already rocks. Anthony looks hot. I play Rocky. Cannot wait, Princey. I'll tell you, I got my book right here. I'm still old school, guys, and I have a schedule book for when I'm planning my first horror movies and lives and stuff like that. The week of August 10th through August 16th, I'm taking off because my son and I are just going to have a Rocky marathon that whole week. We're just going to have it's my son's favorite. Rocky is my son's favorite movie, and it's my favorite non-horror franchise. It even beats Back to the Future. I don't know. It's hard because Rocky does have Rocky 5. So it's close. Yes, me too. Me too. We have to mention Hitchhikers. Yes, dude. On Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So good. I think it was inspired by true events. That's something they could get away with. Oak Street. And oh yeah, it's gonna be so good. I knew you were excited for this one, Princey. Oh, it's insane, KK. Like when you go back and like you can see it clear as day. And that's what I love. Like I love the fact that you can see it, but at the same time, it's like that's like Alien. Whenever we watch Alien, which is usually once or twice a year, we'll still watch Alien. We still watch the VHS. Like I don't like movies like Alien where part of the fear and part of the watch is the darkness. That's part of the adventure of the movie. And that's when I'm like, we still gotta watch it here so it's dark. It enhances your viewing experience. When you watch a movie like that, to me, with a Blu-ray or 4K and it's all lightened and enhanced, it ruins the mood kind of. Like one funny thing, and if you guys own a copy of 4K or Blu-ray Sleepaway Camp, go watch it. You can see clear as day that it's Ricky with a wig on at one point when they're looking in the shadow of who the killer is. And it's clear as day. So it's like, why did you do that? Like now they can enhance it so you see it and you can totally see that it's him. Rest in peace, by the way. So yeah, it's crazy how, like I said, but all that to say, we still watch Alien on VHS. Yes, he is so fucking good, man. I play Rocky is one of, I can't remember being this excited for a non-horror movie in a long time. My son and I watched the trailer together. We immediately watched it 4 or 5 times right in a row, back to back to back to back to back. Rocky had such, one of the first t-shirts Ashley bought me, which I still have upstairs. It's the blue shirt with the red writing that says "Win Rocky Win." And I still own it. I still own that shirt. But like I said, I've always been just a gigantic Rocky fan. Love the Creed movies. Even though Creed 3, I was sobbing so loud I was disrupting patrons. So I had to walk out of the theater because I felt bad. Like I can't remember ever crying that hard in a movie as I did in Creed 3. I was a fucking wreck crying in that movie. But the Rocky franchise, the Creed franchise, they all mean so much to me. So I'm excited to see I play Rocky. Oh, Jacob, you got to watch that movie again, dude. And if I'm not mistaken, let me load up the YouTube here. I believe Poltergeist 3 is streaming on YouTube. Free with ads on YouTube. I would definitely recommend going and checking that out. Might have some ads, but you know what? Who gives a shit? Because the movie's worth it. Trying to pull my stuff back up. I'm sorry. On top of everything else, the Tigers are playing right now. Tied 1-1. Damn Cubs. 3 Seasons of the Witch is underrated. Yeah, I love Season of the Witch. I love that movie. Absolutely incredible. If you like the franchise, it's the rough one, but it's still fun. Jeepers Creepers had a really creepy opening. Yes, very, very good opening. Do you expand your genre horizons of movies sometimes outside of horror? I mean, like, yeah. Super excited for Doomsday. We just went and seen what was the other non-horror movie we just went and seen? Like we went and seen that Sheep Detective movie, which that was adorable. Like I said, I'm very excited for Rocky. My favorite movie of all time is Back to the Future. I don't only watch horror. I prefer horror. But I just don't. It has to really, really grab me for it to see it in cinema. I don't know if Ashley's still here or if she had to go back to work. I'm trying to think of some of the last movies we've watched in cinema. But it's got to really grab me if I want, unless it's a kid's movie. I'm going to take my kids, you know. But there's just not very many movies that are non-horror that I'd go see in cinema. That's usually when me and Ashley are having like a date night at home and we want to just shut our brains off and not worry about reviews and timestamps and what time was that clip so I can get it for later, you know, all the work that goes into being a creator. We'll do non-horror, you know, but yeah, I mean, I love comedy movies. You know, I grew up with Basketball, Airplane, those type of movies. Like I grew up with those and I love those. So I'm all about a good comedy. You know, I did go see the new Naked Gun when it came out. I thought it was brilliant. Loved it. So it doesn't have to be a horror movie for me to enjoy it. But I was talking about it earlier, Prince. I don't think you were quite here yet because someone asked if we were going to see The Odyssey, and then someone asked if we were ever going to, you know, review movies that weren't horror. And I said, unfortunately, no. You know, we're not going to do that. Just because I don't have the knowledge to, and I don't have the desire to. Horror is what I know. That's what I know the most. So that's what I stick with. But I do like watching other movies. They said paranormal was real, being 12 years. See, and like that was me with the Blair Witch Project, Scrolls. 100%. 100%. Can't be. Oh yeah, it's not. It's better than the remake. Yeah. There are some annoying characters, but I can deal with them because I grew up watching this movie. I remember it was a Blu-ray transfer for Black Christmas. Yes. And I hate that. I don't like that. I'd rather watch those type of movies in the dark. I didn't watch Disclosure Day. Again, the trailer turned me off so bad when I kept hearing that sound. Like I didn't want to watch the movie. I hope everybody likes it, but yeah, the trailer just made it so I did not want to go see that movie. I was not sold. I was irritated just by the trailer alone. So maybe I'll try to watch it at home. The main movie I'm really sad I've missed so far is Leviticus. That's the one that's got me bummed because it didn't play within 3 hours of me. Honestly, I tried very hard to get a screen for that. It did not work. But yeah, I just was unhappy that I didn't get to see that yet. Best opening Friday the 13th movie is part 6. It gotta be part 6 when Jason gets brought back. Obsession. I would have enjoyed Sinners more if I didn't know that there was vampires in that movie. I think Sinners is a masterpiece. I think that Sinners did a lot of good for horror, at the Academy and stuff like that. I don't like Sinners as a horror movie. I like Sinners as a movie. I think Sinners, like I said, I think it's a masterpiece. Like, genuinely. Like, I'm not being facetious. I think it's a fucking masterpiece. But it's just not my style of movie. I don't know. Like, I part of that's my fault. I went into it with very high expectations, looking for a straight up vampire movie. So, yeah. Hey, what's up, Davey? Dude, that sound. The sound. I don't remember what the sound was, but it just drove me fucking nuts. It made me like, oh. H2O has a great opening. I do love that movie. That was my number 5. Halloween Ends was number 9. That was the Halloween movie that made my list. Damn. See, that bums me out. I love Night of the Demons. Night of the Demons is awesome. We were just talking about that because that was one of the franchises we were going to review as well. That was one of the ones that we were going to put up a thing for to see if people wanted us to review it. So, yeah, Night of the Demons is totally underrated. Oh man, I really hope Obsession does something. Don't get me wrong. When you see movies like The Substance and Sinners do well at the Academy, that's incredible. Like, seeing any horror do that is just absolutely bonkers. But to see a movie like Obsession get some even recognition at the Academy, that would just be incredible. I mean, let's talk for a minute about how horror it's saving cinema, man. Look at Backrooms, movie I didn't much enjoy, but hell yeah, good job, Kane Parsons. Good job, Kane Pixels, however you know him. Hell yeah, great job. Obsession. Is it my favorite of the year? No, it's not, but it's a good movie, and Curry Barker did something incredible. We were just talking earlier about Markiplier, Iron Lung. Was it for me? Sure wasn't. Am I proud as hell of the guy? Sure am. Do I wish him to have the most success ever? I absolutely do. I love seeing these indie makers create something that sticks with audiences. And like, there's this weird thing about it where people get like this like YouTube jealousy, I guess. I want all my peers on YouTube to be successful. I want you guys to shoot for the fucking moon, man. I want you guys, anybody else that does YouTube, I hope that do it for as long as you're happy doing it. I hope that you make a career out of it. I hope you're successful with it. I don't understand the YouTube jealousy thing. Like, there's times where I'm like, damn, I wish I could do what this person's doing, but it's not a jealousy thing. Like, I don't wish it was me over them. I want you to succeed. If you're out there and you're doing YouTube, my boy Davey, hope you succeed, man. I hope you do incredible things forever. Wouldn't be jealous. I'd be happy for you. You know what? So, no hate here. I like Halloween Ends. I think Halloween Ends is awesome. I think Halloween Ends is a dog shit end to that trilogy. It's another movie that was killed by marketing. The epic conclusion after 40 years of Laurie and Michael. What? I'm watching a kid get beat up by band geeks. What the fuck are you talking about? Then I'm watching it get imprinted on. If you watch that scene of Michael imprinting on him with 1,000 Years playing, you'll think you're watching Twilight. It's insane. Like, it's nuts. And I don't want to watch Halloween Twilight. I wanted to see Michael and Laurie fucking fight it out, man. Like, that's what I want to see. Agreed. Totally agree. Exactly. I think it's a masterpiece of cinema, but it's not a masterpiece in the horror world to me. I mean, people can get mad at me for my opinion, which is fine. I was told at one point that I just didn't like it because I was racist, which again, hilarious. It's just can't make it up. Nefarious. I want to say yes. Nefarious, 2013. No, I didn't. I did not see this. It's got a big cast in it, though. Not opposed to seeing it. I'll check it out. Bingo. 100%. Yes. I want all of my friends to succeed. I want all of my peers to succeed. I think that it makes all of us better when we're all doing good. That's it. When what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I root for my friends to succeed. I would never root for my friends to fail. Never. Evil Dead Rise does have a great opening. Evil Dead Burn had a great opening, if we're being honest. Evil Dead Burn, that fishing scene, was fucking awesome. I thought that was absolutely incredible. I also think Sinners is a masterpiece, but not as a horror movie. What do I think of Ram? What? I don't know what that is. I'm so sorry. I apologize, movie. I don't know what that is, so I can't give you an educated thought on it. I apologize. Bingo. But and Ashley are also the type of people that, you know, not only do we wish for you to succeed, if we're ever in your neck of the woods, we want to spend time with you. We got to spend time with Mika and Kira up close in person. We got to love them in person, and they are two of the sweetest, kindest souls. They bonded with my daughters. We bonded together. We got to spend another time together. And I absolutely love them. Like, genuinely, I love these two women very, very much. And they deserve all the success in the world, too. Like I said, just spending the time with them. We were out in Salem, so it really upped the atmosphere of being together. And I can't wait till the day I get to come and spend time with you guys again. It was just so much fun. And like I said, my daughters loved you guys. They just connected so quickly. It was awesome. It was so fun, and I love them. Scream 7 did have a great opening. The eyeball. Ugh. A lot of people do, Night Owl. I think that's totally fair. Oh, I don't know who that is. So there's no jealousy there, obviously. I hope that they're good and they succeed. You know, I hope they bring viewers to YouTube, and it helps all of us. I think there's been a good Halloween movie since Halloween 4. I do like H2O, and like I said, I do have fun with Resurrection. But I don't think there's been. I think Halloween 4 that's a fair thing to say. While my favorite is H2O, and I really love Halloween 2018 like a lot, but yeah, I can see why people would say that. Forever and ever. Which is also fair. I mean, I think each movie has its. I mean, with the exception of 6, obviously, you guys know I'm not a fan of 6. I really wish with this new Halloween we could get a retcon of 5 and 6. They never existed, and we go back to Jamie Lloyd and what happens to her in the future. I think that would be incredible. That would be fucking incredible. Not a fan. It's just slow to me. The kills are great. Everything that happens in between is not, in my opinion. Halloween H2O is so good. Not a fan. I can't get into it, man. I don't know. There's just something about this that drives me fucking nuts.
Oh, God! Oh, God!
I don't get it. I don't get it. Mikey, if you're out there somewhere, I love you, buddy. Mike Harlow, he's a huge Curse fan. It's not for me. Fair. I just talked about this with somebody earlier today on My First Horror Movie. If it wasn't for Scream, horror would not be what it is right now. It would not. That's not a guess. It's a fact. If you don't believe me, go back and look at the horror movies that came out in 93, 94, 95 compared to what came out in 97, 98, 99. Scream changed the genre for the better. I will 100% agree with you. Scream did in 1996 what Halloween did in 1978. And it started something. And even if you don't like Scream, you can't deny its impact. I think Halloween's a great movie, but it's not one of my favorites. But I cannot deny the impact that it's had on horror. That would be absolutely ludicrous, stupid, and a lie. Like, that's a lie for me to say Halloween didn't have a huge impact on the genre. I think there's a ton of movies that are better. Those movies would not exist if Halloween didn't do what it did. If there was no Halloween, there wouldn't be a Friday the 13th. There wouldn't be, these movies wouldn't exist. The movies that I think, now the first Friday the 13th, I'm not saying is better than the first Halloween. Please don't think that's what I'm saying. But I think there are movies in the Friday the 13th franchise that are much better than Halloween. So. Well, if you erase Halloween 5, you can also bring Rachel back. Remember that. You could have Jamie in the future with Rachel. So remember that. I have not. I will have to check that out. Yeah, we did a watch along on it. I had T. Parker and J. Dev. They're still trying to convince me. I mean, it's fine, but it's just not what I'm into. Way more interesting and full than Lori. Lori is a nothing burger to me. Jamie should have. I would love to see Danielle Harris come back as Jamie Lloyd in a new movie. Bring Rachel back. Could you imagine? Halloween fans' heads would explode. Scream is one of those movies that I'm like, how can you not at least have fun with it? Yeah, agreed. I know people that hate Scream. I don't get it. I love them. Don't get it. I remember that time and era where slashers took a dive in the early 90s. Yes, the only good slasher before Scream in the 90s was Jason Goes to Hell. Halloween 3 is still good, but it's different from the other movies. I love the opening scene. Yeah, dude, so good. The producer's cut of Curse is better paced and more coherent. It's nowhere close to being good. Conceptually, it just doesn't work. No amount of editing can fix it. That, again, that's my thing. I'm not a fan of the Cult of Thorn. I don't like that. I like the fact that Michael's evil because he was born evil, not because he was turned evil. See, that's what I'm saying, though. Could you imagine if we had them back? We had Rachel and Jamie back, like after the events of 4, where Jamie killed, like we go, 20 years in the future. How you lead just hit a 3-run home run. Tigers take a 4-1 lead over the Cubs. Fuck you, J. Dev. Sorry. But seriously, fuck you, J. Go. Yeah, I would love to see them back now. Like, because Rachel in 5 is like, what the fuck? You're losing her for Tina? Come on. I love you, Justin. Ryan 1988. I know you love Tina. But we could bring Rachel and Jamie back in the future. They're starting to. They're starting to see what horror does. And if it wasn't apparent before now, look at what we were just talking about it. What Obsession and Backrooms, Evil Dead Burn had really good money in cinema. Not as good as we thought it would do, but it did really good. Iron Lung, another one did really good. Hokum did very good for a limited theatrical run. Studios are starting to understand that people want original horror. That's what we want. We want original horror movies. I don't mind a remake or a requel or a sequel every now and then, but that's when I think people start getting burned out on horror and stop going to see horror, is when it's that constant. We're not getting that original new horror that nobody has seen yet. Give us that. That's what we want. Oh, Danielle Harris has made it very well known. Very well known. She wants to come back. What was the last? You know what? I'm going to see this. What was the last horror movie to flop cinematically? So the last big horror movie flop was Wolfman. It was a January release, and it was considered a flop because the production budget was $25 million and the worldwide gross was 35.2. Still made $10 million. I mean, you got to count all the other stuff, but when a horror movie flops, it's still making more than its production budget. That's insane to me. 20 awesome recent horror movies that flopped. Primate. See, and that's a bummer. That's such a good movie. Like, how did that not do that good in cinema? I don't get it. Let's see what else. Yeah, The Toxic Avenger. Yeah, because you didn't fucking put it in any theaters anywhere. Silent Night, Deadly Night. But again, same thing. It wasn't. See, I don't like this because they're not showing, with the exception of Primate, big movies. You know, like they're not showing that. Yes, I agree. The 3 movies I can get rid of in the Halloween franchise are 5, Resurrection, and Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. That one offends me the most. Not a fan either. They are taking the wrong message from it, unfortunately. They are going to throw in the sticks and yet new. Agreed. That is that is something I'm worried about. Just because you're on YouTube doesn't mean you have good ideas. You got to find the right stuff. Marsh, that was number 3 for me. Chris Marshall. If you guys haven't watched the Friday Night Fright video on House, where we watched House at my local cinema, which was absolutely insane. Oh no, it was Pet Sematary. Marsh came for Pet Sematary too, and I interviewed him and his son after. So if you want to see what Chris Marshall actually looks like, he doesn't look like the thing. If you want to see this handsome man for real, go watch our Friday Night Frights on Pet Sematary. You get to see my brother Calvin as well. Agreed. Horror has been the one genre that's been the most consistent. Horror's been doing great in the theaters. One genre people still love at that collective experience. Perfectly worded. Okay, that's fair. Okay, there's that's the exception, not the rule. But I think Candyman came out in 92. Now, Jake, I did say, Jacob, I'm sorry, 93, 94, 95. I'm safe. Candyman was 92. I never said nothing bad about 92. Just throwing that out there. And I actually agree. Candyman is better than Scream and Jason Goes to Hell. Don't tell Ashley I said that. Agreed. Okay, I will give you guys my horror openings again for the people that weren't here to see them. Honorable mentions was Child's Play 3 and House. 10 was Dawn of the Dead, 2004. 9 was Halloween Ends. 8 was Smile 2. 7 was Jaws. 6 was It. 5 was Evil Dead 2013. 4 was When a Stranger Calls. 3 was Ghost Ship. 2 was Scream. And number 1 was Passenger. No, you're not. I have a People Under the Stairs poster right there. I'm trying to get right to it. Damn it. Right there. People Under the Stairs. Right there. There's that poster. That is Ashley's that is Ashley's favorite horror movie, is The People Under the Stairs. I freaked out when I got to interview Roach. Like when I got to actually talk to him, like that was absolutely incredible to me. It was really, really cool because he was so kind. We got to have a lot of conversations with Sean, and we got to review a couple of his movies before they came out. Got to interview him in person, and we got to interview him, on the channel, and that was huge for me. I love Sean Whalen in People Under the Stairs. I love Sean Whalen in Crust. I love Sean Whalen in Idle Hands. Yeah, so no, you are not the only person that loves People Under the Stairs. I absolutely love it. So good. I don't know yet, because from what I've heard, he's not remaking it. He's a producer, from what I've heard. But if anybody was going to do it, let me see. Yes, he's producing a remake. The project is being developed under his Monkey Paw production banner for Universal Pictures, while Peele is taking on a producing and supervising role. Okay, I do like that. He is supervising too. The movie has typewriter Ezra Clayton Daniels to write the screenplay. It remains in early development. I need to know who this is, what else they've worked on. So Ezra Clayton Daniels is a comic book artist. I love that. So they haven't written Doom Patrol 2019 TV series. Yeah, so he hasn't done anything major. I like that. He did have a part in Horror Noir as a writer. I really like that. That gives me some hope. Honestly. That gives me a lot of hope. Awful. Awful, 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 awful. Just being honest. One, incredible. Part one was my first horror movie. It's still to this day my favorite classic horror movie. But two is fine. It's funny. But three is just not even a part of the House universe. And four just doesn't know what it wants to do. I'm not telling you not to get it. But I personally am not a fan of the franchise as a whole. If you could erase any horror sequel, what would you choose? Phantasm Ravager? I would be up there. That movie was bad, but it did give us an ending, which I'm fine with. I could erase. Oh God, Exorcist 2. I don't know why it took me that long to think of that, but it's hard because if I erased Exorcist 2, maybe I wouldn't get Exorcist 3, or maybe the Exorcist 3 would have been Exorcist 2. So, yeah, I would have to go Exorcist 2. Dude, she was so nice, man. And it's so funny because I had Catherine Isabel, Lou Taylor Pucci, we're sitting there talking before we actually go on. And I was on vacation. I'm literally out by the pool with my kids. And I go and I sit in my hot car. So I have on like a tank top. And I'm explaining it to them like, hey, usually I would dress better, but I'm on vacation and I'm sitting in a car. They were so cool about it, man. And I didn't want to say, no, I don't want to do this interview. Like I love Catherine Isabel. I love Ginger. Obviously, I'll interview Lou Taylor Pucci 7 days a week if I could. He's just an amazing guy. He's done a lot of amazing things, and I consider him a friend. We've had many conversations, and I really enjoy the guy's company. Then I had someone in the comments that was like, way to dress your best for this interview. And I'm like, you know what? Like, I wasn't going to say anything, but I was like, you know what? They knew why I was dressed like that. I wasn't just, I take this very serious, but I was on vacation. What can I do? What's up, Joel? So good. Richard Brake. Richard Brake. That's who I want to see play Freddy. Love Richard Brake. Love everything the guy's done. Think he's incredible. That's who I would pick. Or me. Let me play Freddy. I could give you a darker Freddy. Jack will play Freddy. Exactly. That's why I didn't make the list. I watched the first Phantasm. I love the vibe, but that movie it is all over the place for sure. Oh, for sure. We just got to get you on the show finally. Talk about your first horror movie. Call me. Text me. You got my number. Let's just do it. Oh, they do. Oh, I promise they do. Like, I'll tell you, Sean Whalen, 100% appreciative. Matthew Lillard, Catherine Isabel, Lou Taylor Pucci, while we're talking about them. Holy shit. Like, so good. So good. And then, like, I'm looking at the interviews that I've done, everybody I've had on my first tour movie has been incredible. Kind of letting the cat out of the bag a little bit, but tomorrow, I'll be doing an interview at 1:00, which will be released very, very soon. And that is with, drum roll, please. I'm trying to. Okay, fuck it. It's Tom McLaughlin. I'm interviewing Tom McLaughlin tomorrow, and I'm very, very excited. For those of you that don't know, Tom McLaughlin directed Jason Lives, among others. Especially, he directed Sometimes They Come Back, which, as a lot of you know, is my favorite Stephen King adaptation. So I'll be sitting down with him tomorrow to talk about his first tour movie, Sometimes They Come Back, Jason Lives, and his thoughts on the upcoming Crystal Lake. So I'm very, very excited about that. Yes, I'm telling you, they do. The right ones do. Agreed. I'm not dead yet. I got better. Is that from my boyfriend's back? You died. I got better. Is that what we're talking about? Or is this, am I missing something? Yeah, I can see that. Walter Goggins, that'd be a good one. That's what I want in Freddie. Exactly. I want somebody like Jackie Earle Haley. Don't give me somebody that's going out there to play Robert Englund. Give me somebody that's going to play Freddy Krueger. That's what I want. I don't want someone to go out there and play Robert Englund. I've already had Robert play Robert Englund's Freddy. We do not need that again. It's got to be somebody giving their all for a new one. Yes, I'm so stoked for this, you guys. Tim Robinson. I don't hate that idea either. Holy, oh my God. I love that movie. Bring out your dad. Not dead yet. I still think Holy Grail's great. The Black Knight will always be one of my favorite parts of that movie. I know, you know. Scream 2 is underrated. I think it's scarier than Scream 1, which is totally fair. That would be fair too. Doug Jones could do a great job. Man, time flies when you're having fun. We've been on here for an hour and a half, guys. So I just want to thank you guys for coming and hanging with me and talking about our favorite horror openings. I really can't wait for you guys to be able to see our Pinocchio Unstrung review. You can do that right now by clicking the links in the description and becoming a member, or you can support the channel by buying some Sledgehammer Horror merchandise, which you can also do by clicking the link down in the description. And if you buy Sledgehammer Horror merchandise, the only thing we ask, send us a picture of you with your merchandise so we can put it up on the channel. We want to show you off in your beautiful Sledgehammer Horror merchandise, and it ups your resale value. People are going to think you're more attractive. If you're walking down the street and they see a Sledgehammer Horror shirt, they're instantly attracted to you. And it's not my fault. You know, this is science. You can't argue with science. Wearing a Sledgehammer Horror hat, they're probably just going to come up and kiss you right on the face. That's what I'm saying. You know, again, can't argue science. These are just facts. So become a member now. Those links are in the description. Get your merchandise now. Those links are in the description. With stuff like that, you're really helping us build the channel. All the stuff in the background. This is all we use. Sledgehammer Horror's money goes back into Sledgehammer Horror. We're still going to get another thing over here. Me and Ashley made it a conscious effort that we will only spend Sledgehammer Horror money on Sledgehammer Horror. Everything else is for our kids. So when you do this stuff, when you become a member, when you buy merchandise, you do help us. You know, we don't promote it like that all the time. That's why we don't make you do super chats for us to answer your questions or talk to you in the chat. That's not us. We don't do this for money. But I'd be lying if I said it didn't make us feel good when you guys did. So become a member or buy some merch. Sydney Prescott talked. I know what you meant. I don't know. Yes. They're both probably meaning of life, honestly. But they're both great. I hope you enjoy it. I'm very excited for this one. Yeah, I knew what you meant. I'm getting so many people I've worked with to sign my Blu-rays. Ty West, Michael B. Jordan. Oh, that's awesome, man. That is so sick. Congratulations. That's really cool. I'm happy for you. Life of Brian's good. I remember being a teenager discovering The Descent on a shelf in a video store. Years later, I'm working with the guy. That's so cool, man. Dude, I get it. Night Owl, like, it's one of those things that, like, I'll look at some of the people I've interviewed. Like, tomorrow I'm interviewing fucking Tom McLaughlin. Like, do you, like, that is insane to me. And, like, I've gotten to interview, like, all these different people that have had such a huge impact on my life. And I sit and I talk to them like we're peers and we just know each other and have the greatest conversations. And it's insane. Like, I never take this for granted. Never. I'm so appreciative of every person I've gotten to interview. I'm so appreciative of every person that's in our community that comes and hangs out with us and talks about horror movies. And I'm so appreciative of every viewer and subscriber. And every time we're at a convention and someone walks up and it's like, we love you guys. Like, dude, it's fucking awesome. Like, it is incredible, you guys. Like, it's seriously like a dream come true. And I'm not saying we're a huge YouTube channel by any stretch. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not trying to make us bigger than we are. But when the things we do happen and we get to meet people and we get early screeners, I still get blown away by that. You know, when we get invited to conventions, it's incredible, man. So thank you guys. You're a big part of that. Every single one of you that's a part of our community that comes here and joins in with the chat and leaves comments on the videos, leaves thumbs up to try to help us with the algorithm. We love you. Like, we seriously love you. So thank you. We will be back for a live next week. I'm going to hopefully bring my boy JKB on. I'm going to call Jay tonight and see if we can't get him back on the channel. Really appreciate what he did for us earlier. That was super incredible and super awesome. If you haven't already, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. It does help the channel more than you know. And follow Sledgehammer Horror on social media. All those links are in the description as well. But until next time, keep talking horror, stay what you are, and we'll see you guys soon.